Hello YouTube and welcome to Texas Motor Speedway, site to race 25 of the NRSL Coconut Cup Series, but first is qualifying. And the first car out on the track is the 11 of James Qualls, the FedEx Ground Chevrolet this week. And they come into this one 24th in the owner's points.
James Qualls last week had some good strategy, but came short. With the undercut coming home 19th, had a chance at the win. 26 at Vince Arena, and only one top 10 since all the way back since their third place at Coca-Cola. It's been a struggling second half of the season for Qualls, trying to make the chase, and we'll see if he can do it.
That's not where I want to go. Charles Jackson, the McDonald's Dodge, comes into this one with the owner's points lead and the driver's points lead, both sitting at 325 points.
Charles Jackson comes after a 41st at Riverside and 23rd at Vince Arena. Not been a good 2 weeks for the 9 team, but his predecessor, Bragg Jr., trying to catch it, finished 31st and 32nd. So if you're going to have a rough few weeks, at least it's better with second place having trouble.
Samet Ozkan in the Shell Pennzoil Chevrolet car 29 is 32nd in the owner's points, and they were eliminated from owner's title hopes last week.
Samet Ozkan finished 34th at Riverside after DNQing at Vince Arena. They had a 5th place finish at Michigan, the second in Twin Rig, trying to build off that, and with the addition of the 4th car in the field, let's see if RCR still be strong this week.
Christopher Pierce, the Target Dodge car 41, is 29th in the owner's points coming in.
Where's Christopher? Right here. Christopher finished 11th at Riverside, definitely a shot in the armor after 2 35th place and the 39th place finish. They haven't been running really good in the second half. They had a 4th at South Blossom. Every other finish was mediocre. So don't look for the 41 to make the chase. They're trying to get some momentum for the rest of the year, building on next year.
Joshua Osborne, the Radioactive Chevrolet, comes into this one 31st in the owner's points. We'll have to make it an on speed.
Jonathan Osborne's had a really struggling stretch to himself. His best finish was 33rd last week, and that's not his best finish. His best finish was 12th at Thorn. They haven't had a top 10 finish in the third Chicagoland. He has a chance to make the chase with 2 races to go if he gets a win, but he definitely needs it because the team's been struggling, and they're not going to get it on speed.
It's also Joshua Osborne, not Jonathan.
Damn it.
Zach Flickinger in the 55 has run a few laps and is bringing it back to pit lane. His Napa Toyota currently sits 8th quickest, is a Go Homer, 35th in the owner's points.
The team has lost a lot of momentum recently, DNQing 4 out of the last 7 races. Actually won the Vince Arena DNQ race, but finished last in the Riverside DNQ. So not a lot of momentum for them. The last good run was an 8th at Pig Stadium, and they've had a mediocre, well, 20th, not too bad at Darlington, but half the field crashed, and 32nd in Michigan. So trying to build some momentum for them.
William Brock in the 18, the Interstate Battery Chevrolet, currently sits 12th quickest in this one, and they come into this race 39th in the owner's points.
So after DNQing 8 straight races, I think I'm cutting out. He finished. I'm not cutting out.
No, you're good. I can hear you now.
Okay, so Brock has had 10th in the third after missing 8 straight races. So the team has got a lot of momentum on their side. If they can keep it up, we'll see where they can finish this week. Brock scored his best career finish on the side too.
Chris Washer in the 5 car is currently 6th quickest. The CarQuest Chevrolet is 3rd in the owner's points.
Chris Washer definitely had a better stretch than Bragg Jr. Jackson's gained a lot of points in them. He finished 5th at Vince Arena, 4th at Riverside, and 12th at Michigan, with the 7th place in Indy. So 4 out of the last 5 races in 12th or better. So Washer's got a lot of momentum on his side. So does Henry Motorsports too.
Jessica Shelton is currently 16th quickest. She just ran her quickest lap of the session, and this car comes into this race 13th in the owner's points.
Jess had decent results, 24th, 18th, and 13th. Had 2 straight top 10s at Twin Rig and Barber. I believe Jess is still looking for a win this year and trying to get into the owner's chase for the 21 and the driver's chase for herself. So it'll be interesting if she can do it.
Kev Shearer in this pack as well, just ran his quickest lap of the session, which keeps him in the 8th position for now, the car 43. And they come into this one 47th in the owner's points.
So Kev, on the bright side, he's not on the bright side. He's missed four. He's okay. He made DNQ 3 races. He made Michigan, but Steve Hall ran the car. His last race, he finished 30th, but he has a 3-race lead in the DNQ series now. So I'm sure Kev is happy about that.
Cole Deaver just ran his quickest lap of the session, the Budweiser Chevrolet car number 8, with no Prudential logo on the side of that car. They come into this one 14th in the owner's points.
So the last 2 weeks they have been running too well. 33rd in Michigan, 14th, not too bad. 29th at Riverside, but they had a 4th, the 6th, and the 17th stretch going. So the 18th looking for more speed, trying to get in the chase themselves.
Jeffrey McCullough in the 26 is currently 6th quickest in this session, and they come into this one 48th in the owner's points.
So they missed 4 straight races, but Arena they finished 19th and 35th at Riverside. So at least they're making races, and the other race they made besides the 4 was 11th, which was McCullough's best career finish in the Cup Series. So we'll see how he does. They're not going to make the chase. They're trying to build on next year again.
Well, for the second straight year, trying to. Zach Rogers in the 10 car is currently 8th quickest in this session, and they are 28th in the owner's points.
So Zach Rogers, one thing he's really good is winning poles. I believe he's won 2 in the last month or so. 9th place at Riverside was definitely a strong one. That was their first top 10 since the 7th at Coca-Cola for Zach Rogers. Looking for good things. The Evernham team's been struggling, but maybe with that 9th place they get some momentum. As Bill Braddock is the fastest.
Yes, he is. He actually has been for quite a while. Alexander Rowe, that car is not quick this week. The Miller Lite Dodge is 21st quickest in this session. They are 49th in the owner's points.
Well, the only good thing I can say about Rowe, even though his best career finish is 21st 3 times now, he's made 4 straight races, trying to make a 5th, but it's not looking too promising now, and still did not get that top 20. Ericson Baranowski got a top 20 before him.
Delon Abrahamian, the AAA Ford with the Auto Club logo on the back deck lid there, is 17th quickest in this session, and they are 11th in the owner's points.
Well, I mean, they've been kind of mediocre. They had a 42nd at Michigan, 27th at Bensel, and 18th at Riverside after 3 straight 8th place finishes. I mean, the team's not terrible, but they're looking for a little more speed to consistency and trying to get into the chase. They definitely need to find that back.
Henry Stanford, the Burger King Toyota, is currently 8th quickest in this session. I feel like I've said 8th a lot. They are 10th in the owner's points.
Henry's 10th. He was up there for a while, but 21st Indy had a good run at Michigan, but 34th round, 42nd flipped at Vents Arena, and had a rough race at Riverside for Henry. So trying to get some momentum back for the 00 car. Most likely going to make the chase, but they need some momentum entering it.
Charles Sanford in the Anaheim Ducks Stanley Cup Champion Celebration sponsored car this week is 23rd quickest right now, and they come into this one 44th in the owner's points.
So Charles has had a struggling last 2 months. From Thor and after getting replaced by Jermaine, 26th, 39th, and 38th in the race they made. They DNQ'd a lot of races in the 05 team doesn't have much momentum, and they're not being champions.
Sam Young, the Waste Management Chevrolet, is 22nd quickest in this one. They are 7th in the owner's points.
So the reason why they're 7th, besides the 37th at Riverside and the 41st at Darlington, first, 2nd, 3rd, and 7th, plus 9 the Twin Rig. The team has got some momentum with a few inconsistent runs, so if they can keep it in the chase and minus inconsistent runs, good threat for the championship.
Vince Almarego, the Turtle Wax Ice Scheme, I believe, is 19th quickest in this session, 5th in the owner's points.
Well, they've kind of been dropping like a rock, so not too bad. Since their win at Pick Stadium, their best finish was 6th at Michigan, with a 12th at Indy, the second best, 38th and 23rd the last 2 weeks. DEI is definitely struggling and needs a shot in the arm.
Zachary Fitzwater, the UAW, or sorry, not the UAW, sorry, just the Dodge Dealers Dodge this week is 16th quickest. Mulligan for me, 25th in the owner's points.
So since his win at Twin Rig, he's at 12th and 11th, and besides that, it's been kind of mediocre results. I'm going to botch the name, but Bohana something Johnson won in the 19 car at Texas previous. They're trying to find that speed that they had previously in previous years here.
You want to hear how far off you were?
Yeah, I know how far off I was.
Bob Johansson.
Mulligan.
Bill Braddock Jr., the quickest car in this session, the 22 Cat used Toyota, is second in the owner's points.
Well, they're second, but not really capitalizing on Jackson County, like I mentioned earlier. 31st in Pennsylvania and 32nd in Riverside. Haven't had a top 10 since 4. So 22 teams been on the downside and definitely needs a good run out on their belt.
Stephen Paul III is currently 18th quickest in the 23 car. They are 23rd in the owner's points.
So doing this really quick, after a 4th place at Indy and 10th at Darlington, the team has fallen off the map 26th, 25th, and 39th the last 3 weeks. They need a win to get into the chase to use the wild card, so they definitely need some momentum.
William Duncan, the AT&T Wireless Chevrolet, is currently 9th quickest in the 31 team, is 17th in the owner's points.
So, not really the best team. 2 9th place finishes and 18th to 22nd. So the team's been improving after a mediocre month and a half of that team. They're probably not going to make the chase, but trying to build on speed for next year and maybe this year too to help Steve Pollard out.
Allie Nelson is currently 14th quickest in the 36 360 OTC Toyota, and they come into this one 34th in the owner's points.
After scoring 4th at Darlington, D&Q 2 straight races in a row and a 41st at Riverside, the team trying to get back to that 4th place finish, trying to get some momentum as Bill Davis has kind of fallen off a cliff the last month.
Mark George is currently 2nd quickest in this session, and the 42 team comes into this race weekend 16th in the owner's points.
Also, he's not had a top 10 to the Pig Stadium. Ganassi's been struggling a little bit. His best run since then was a 17th at Benz Arena and the second best at the 27th place finish in Indy. 42 team definitely needs some momentum going forward.
And we managed to actually cover everyone with 2.5 minutes to spare.
So let's see. McCall looks good. Oh, Osborne. That's going to be bad. Brock looks like he's going to the house. That's a tough break for Brock after 2 straight top 10. Sanford not looking too good. The 2 of Rose not looking good. McCall is looking good to make the race. That's good for him. That's a tough break. Anaheim's scheme is not making the race. Doesn't look like, boys. And Steve Paul doesn't got a mulligan. Good lap by the 26. Oscon is up there. Good lap by him. Looks like he'll make the race. Zach moves up to 3rd. That's a good lap by him. Looks like he might make the race. Kev's going to be on the border.
Trying to figure out who just moved up. Oh, Alexander Rowe just put fresh tires on that car, actually.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but after Richmond's going to be a little difficult for the D&Q guys coming up.
Well, you can see the matter of the importance of fresh tires for Sunday, because look at Alexander Rowe compared to Vince Almerega right now.
And definitely looks, well, the guys who missed the race didn't get impacted. So, I mean, it's not the true sense of speed, but you got to play the strategy right to make the race. The lap by the 26 car. Tough break for Brock, like I mentioned again. Charles Jackson 13th, he's points to like you mentioned. Steve Paul 19th, Oscon 5th. Bill Braddock is, Bill Braddock's the fastest. That's what Braddock needs. That's without 30 seconds left, about one more lap because it takes about under 30 seconds to go. So these cars are going to try to make it. Flying laps will count.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Pierce is 4th, so good. Actually, that's the momentum Ganassi. Ganassi has been struggling, so and Mark George is not going to a backup car when he's up front this time. Little pack right there, trying to get some speed right there. That 10 might have a good run on Cole Diva right there. They're using the toe of Diva right there.
Well, clock just hit 0, so the flying laps will count.
So Kev is going to be on the board to make the race, in my opinion. He looks like he's right there.
I'd say Allie Nelson also on that bubble.
Yep. So none of these guys improve. It looks like, and Bill Bragg Jr. wins round one. Tough race for Roa. Like I mentioned, 4 straight races making, and doesn't look like he's gonna do it.
And that is it. Bill Braddock Jr. will take the top spot in group number 1 with a lap time of 27.223. The Go Homers looks like Zach Flickinger, Samet Ozkan, Jeffrey McCullough should be safe. Kev Shear, Allie Nelson might have to sweat some bullets in group 2. And Alexander Rowe, Charles Stanford, William Brock, Joshua Osborne, all in trouble.
Big trouble. I'm going to need that 05 car too.
And with that, that is it for group number 1. And we'll be right back for group number 2. And we are back for group number 2 as the first car is already left for the racing circuit. And it is the 7 of Jonathan Zorline with the Motorola Ford this week. And the 17 comes into this one 15th in the owner's points.
So Jonathan Zorline, he got a second place last week at Riverside. Usually, like I said, the Robbie Gordon car in the road courses. On the ovals, not so much. 36th, 29th, and 39th the last 2 weeks. Not a good stretch of races, but Zorline does have that win at 3 unit. So if he can get a second win, he might be getting the chase. So trying to get some momentum to get into there.
Well, I mean, it's a very quiet track.
Yes.
RJ Reynolds, the UPS Toyota, will be this next one that we talk about. He comes into this one 41st in the owner's points.
So RJ, here's RJ. RJ DNQ'd Riverside, but he did win the DNQ race last week, and after coming back, his best career Arena, 22nd in Michigan and missed 2 races. So RJ's team got some momentum because they came back from 5 seconds back to pass Gardner. So we'll see if he can make the race and have a good weekend.
Chris Wilson back in the series this week in the 66 Blue Ox Chevrolet for Haas Racing, and the 66 car comes into this one 45th in the owner's points in their part-time effort.
First time we've seen Blue Ox in the car this season. They besides the 42nd at Riverside, 13th and 14th at Darlington, so 2 straight top 15. His best finish was the 2nd Chicagoland, and he DNQ'd Indy. So the team is not doing too bad, but definitely needs some good results to keep up the part-time effort, building on next year.
Oh my god. Trying to get to... There it is. William Flickinger in the 40, the Coors Light Dodge this week, comes into this one 46th in the owner's points.
So William DNQ'd last week at Riverside, and he finished 40th at Vents Arena, but had his best career finish tied with the 6th at Indy. So he's hoping Kev makes the race at DNQ as he's trying to catch Kevin the DNQ points, but he's 3 races behind. But he also wants to make the team proud because his Ganassi teammates were real fast this weekend, and he's 2nd right now.
At least in this group, Gene Sanford, the Orida Ford, car number 47, just getting up to speed. They come into this one 43rd in the owner's points.
So Gene, after a 2nd place finish at Ontario, the best run was at 8th at Benson Arena, 24th at Riverside. The team is not running too bad. They consistently make races, but not really showing the results early in the season.
Isaac Flickinger in the 78 just ran his quick lap of the session. His times are still picking up. The Furniture Row Chevrolet comes into this one 51st in the owner's points.
So Isaac Flickinger's last race they attempted was Vents Arena, and they had a controversial finish in the DNQ standings. DNQ race 14th and 20th the last race in the game. Isaac's trying to get the good races of the teams back in the series as the 78's into the deep water. And we'll see how they do this week. It's Gene is the fastest runner.
Well, she was for a moment. Mary Shelley in 38 M&M's Ford is currently 17th quickest in this group and comes into this one 38th in the owner's points.
So they've had some good runs with Beloved at Arena, Events Arena, and 10th at Twin Rig. Had some DNQs there, but a stretch of 32nd, 42nd, and 38th. It's been a really trying year for Mary since it'll be her first season not making the chase. Trying to build on next year, I believe she'll be back, and trying to get that confidence back in Mary.
I have no reason to believe she won't be, at least. Tom Shelley, car number 45, the Goodies Dodge this week, comes into this one 40th in the owner's points.
So Tom has really been struggling after a sixth at bar with 3 DQs the last 5 weeks and no top 20 finishes since. Tom and Allie Nelson are the guys with the most starts in the series. I've lost count, Gigi and me, but I know they're both in the 80s now, so trying to get that first career for Tom. But first, you have to make the race right now.
Will Lewis, the NASCAR Hot Pass 07, is currently 5th quickest in this session, and they come into this one 21st in the owner's points.
So they up to 21st after a really good stretch of races. 3 out of the last 4 races top 20 besides the 41st at Pennsylvania. 8th at Riverside, so the team's got some momentum on their side. And like with some medals on the 4th car would definitely help them out as Steve Hall is up to 6th.
Dylan Young, the Nicorette Chevrolet, rare scheme that we haven't seen much this season, is currently the top of this session, and they come into this one 6th in the owner's points.
Could be wrong in this one, but Dylan Young won at Riverside last week. I believe he's the only active driver who was attempting this race. He's won at Texas. Sam Curtis. No, he's not active. So he is the only driver who's won in the series at Texas in season 2. Snapped his winning streak last week, so definitely got some momentum here. And this is a good track for Dylan, so we'll see how he does this week and trying to go back to back.
Max Anderson, the Snickers Ford, comes into this one 36th in the owner's points. They are currently 8th quickest in this group.
So after having a really good stretch of 17th, 18th, and a second his best career finish in arena, his world came tumbling really at Riverside, flipping in the corkscrew on lap 1. So trying to shake off the soreness and trying to get a good run and trying to make the race at Texas. Doing pretty good right now and putting a good lap to get in the field.
Mohammed Zain Abdullah is currently the 2nd quickest car in this session, and red bumper for that car. They come into this one 27th in the owner's points.
So then 27th, they were at 8th at one point in the season, but it's been a really trying stretch. Their last top 10 Zain Abdullah was a 3rd in Las Vegas, and their best finishing for the 19th place, 16th actually, Riverside last week. Their best finish since Ontario. DEI has been struggling as a whole the last month and definitely lacking speed. Need to find it when we get to chase time. And Dylan Young is the fastest. Wow.
In this session, at least. Amy Shelley in the 12 Kodak Dodge is currently 18th quickest in this session, or in this group, and they come into this one 20th in the owner's points.
So after a 12th, 8th, 6th at Pennsylvania, 31st at Riverside, not the best result for Amy. But definitely proving they had a really trying beginning of the summer and had a good result at the end. Trying to make it the only Shelley able to make the chase this year, or trying to at least. So it's Shelley trying to keep a good race since having a Shelley in the chase every year.
Johnny Gardner, the Kenwood Dodge Car 06, is 23rd quickest in this group, and they come into this one 37th in the owner's points.
So Johnny, after having 3 top 10s, he finished 20th after a crash, 36th in Vents Arena after choking on one of the laps, 3 straight DQs and drew a 5-second lead at Riverside. So the old Johnny's trying to eliminate the rookie mistakes, trying to get a good run, but that lap time will not be looking to make the race.
Kyle Matthews in the appropriately sponsored Jimmy Johnson Foundation 48 car is currently 22nd quickest this week. The Jimmy Johnson Foundation 500, and the 48 comes in this one 18th in the owner's points.
I swear you playing that, Charles.
I did not, actually. I swear I did not.
So 14th at Riverside, you got a top 5 in the league, but it's been a really trying stretch for Matthews since Las Vegas. Not a lot of good runs and one of the worst undercars in the stable. They're trying to find speed for Kyle.
Cut out a little bit. I guess we'll move on to the next car. Jack James back in the series in car number 4 is currently 12th quickest, and this car is 30th in the owner's points.
Well, Jack was able to get the rust off last week at Iowa. I think that was the last race he was in, right?
That was the most recent. Wait. No, Lime Rock would have been most recent.
Yeah, so he ran the Lime Rock race. 24th, 10th, 28th, and 36th. And Daniel James warmed up the seat. Daniel was a nuisance on track, so we'll see if James does better than his brother.
Chris Louvier, the Principal Financial Group Chevrolet, is 25th quickest, and they are 8th in the owner's points.
8th in the owner points, besides the 24th in Michigan. First, 10th, third, and another 10th place finish the last 2 weeks. This is one of the only DAI cars that are running really well, not lacking speed. Chris has got 2 wins on the, 1 win on the year. He won the Indy race, and he's trying to get another win this year. Looking pretty good in the chase time.
Tristan Wilhoit, the Bounty Hunter Ford, is currently 14th quickest, and they are 4th in the owner's points.
So now we have no more crown jewel races. Wilhoit, besides the 12th arena, didn't do too well. 30th and 27th. Wilhoit's have been a mediocre season, but having consistent runs, and we send our prayers out to Dodge the Bounty Hunter this week. That's appropriate, another appropriate sponsor this week.
Wait, what?
Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife passed away on the Southern race.
Oh. Bram Patterson, the DeWalt Ford car number 17, is 17th quickest in this group, and they are 22nd in the owner's points.
Patterson broke off the stretch of bad races from 40th, 36th, and 33rd. 6th place at Riverside. Great run for the team. They've been improving with a lot of top 15 besides that horrible 3-race stretch. So we'll see how Patterson does this week.
Preston Plord, the lithium-ion Chevrolet car number 20, is 16th quickest in this group and 19th in the owner's points coming in.
The reason why they dropped so low was after their 3rd place finish at Twin Rig. Horrible stretch with the best run of 15th. Not only one other top 20 finish, the 20 team looking for speed, just like his teammate, the 11 and the 18.
Seth Cole, the National Guard Chevrolet car 25, is currently 21st quickest, and there's an issue on the 25.
Well, 25 blew up. 4 straight top 20 wins for Seth Cole. That engine issue is going to lead to the back of the field, so...
Well, we'll have to see. We don't know what it is. We just know the car is off the pace. He was 12th in the owner's points coming in, so...
Yeah, so that's a tough break for Seth.
Could be it's stuck in 3rd gear, because he's still in 3rd gear.
That's gonna be a transmission change. That's a transmission change for sure.
We'll have to check that out after the session. Meanwhile, Steve Pollard, car 33, the Holiday Inn Chevrolet, comes into this one. They are 42nd in the owner's points.
Since we're running out of time, make this short. Steve Pollard is actually one of the last 2 races he ran in the group, and the last 2 races he ran the 98. He's DNQ'd. So Steve Pollard's going to retire with Evernham Motorsports, and we'll have some news about his frustration with Evernham coming up.
Tim Randolph in the 60 is currently 11th quickest in this group, and they are 9th in the owner's points.
So I'll make this short, so we're running out of time. 3rd at Indy, and ever since they've had no top 10 since then. 12th at Riverside's been their best results, coming from 42nd on the grid. So Randolph trying to build off that. One more car left, I believe. Actually, a lot more.
We've got a couple more. Sky Commons in the 83 is currently 7th quickest in the Red Bull Toyota, and they are 33rd in the owner's points.
Sky is actually just the last 3 out of the last 4 races. Been a trying stretch for the Red Bull 83. Definitely need to make a race to stop losing the gap, and we skipped over the 78 car.
No, I covered that one in the beginning.
That's a mulligan.
Levi McIntyre in the Off-Steep 199 is 3rd quickest in this group, and the 99 team is 26th in the owner's points.
The reason why they're 26th since their 5th place at Twin Rig, even before that, their best finish besides that was 14th ever since Chicago ran. The 99 team is falling back to 2006 standards, and they definitely need a good run. As we're running out of time, Dylan Young is the fastest, but not the pulsar, I believe. There's the 78 car.
Well, I mean, I'll show it to you again, but I remember we talked about it already.
So Steve Paul looked good to make the race. RJ is not looking good to make the race. Johnny either. Man, Chris Wilson, another tough DNQ for him, but he did win the DNQ race in Indy, so it might be a good race for him for DNQs.
Seth Cole having to come back to pit lane.
Top 12 make it, so let's see. Cam is faster than RJ, And I think Kev's in good graces. Allie Nelson is in good graces. Yeah, so that's looking like maybe going to the house with Chris Wilson. As the pole sitter will be Braddock, it looks like barely. So let's see. Isaac Flickinger is actually slower than Kev. Kev would line up right now, right? He's ahead of Steve Pollard. So it looks like Kev's looking good to make the race. And Allie Nelson's faster than Mary Shelley by 1,000th of a tenth, if I said that right.
You might have, I don't know. I wasn't quite paying attention.
As flying laps will count now.
Yeah.
I was right.
So well, no. I mean, you're right about the flying laps will count.
Sky Commons looks good to make the race. He is sitting very close to the bottom there. Gene looks like the fastest go-homer in this group. As Dylan Young last week's winner looking on momentum, he won the pole last week. It looks like he'll line off second here. Another strong qualifying round 24. Zane Jewell definitely a shot in the arm. That's what he needed. And Johnny, one last effort to make the race, trying to get help from Amy. And
no, lap times aren't counting. So that is it for qualifying, and first time in a while, actually. Part of this is just because we're recording so late and I'm actually fatigued a little bit. Oh, trouble! Seth Cole! And Will Lewis is the other one.
Does that count as a backup?
Drivers, to your car.
I think it definitely does.
Drivers.
Here's what happened.
Wow.
Sky Commons dumped him. Oh! Yeah, that's a backup to both.
That might be a suspension.
That is definitely going to be a backup for both of them.
Sky Commons might get suspended. Where's Matt Dixon?
As a very curious moment at the end of qualifying there for group number 2, as Sky Commons turns the 25 of Seth Cole right into the pathway of Will Lewis.
And if you check the NRSL website after this race, you're going to see Sky Commons on the ban list.
I highly doubt that. As I was going to try and say actually before that happened, I do not know the 12 guys who will actually make this race on speed. Because partially because of how late we were getting to it, and then just fatigue. I have not counted through to figure out who they were. I've gone through about 6 of them. Is actually about how far I got. So with that, that is all for qualifying. You'll see the starting grid right after we're done with the outro here. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. I'm Gordon Frantone 1. This is Stephen Paul III joining me for a production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.